Right, so I'm going to attempt a Kerry Stevens Grey Ghost, and this is probably one of the best known of the streamer flies. It's not a simple fly to tie, so it's not really going to be a quick tie here. So I have here a long Kerry Stevens style hook, a streamer hook, and I'm going to use black silk, and you see I'm just starting at the rear end. Now this fly has a silver tag and also a silver rib. What I'm going to try and do is to do all with the one piece of tinsel. So I'll just cut a little taper into that. I'm going to tie that on, pointing backwards. And then come forward and touch and turns. Right up to the front. And that's the thing that will take the time, simply because of the sheer length of the body of these flies. And what you can do if the hook is smooth enough, as I said, even you have a little gap between the feather or between your wraps, is just to pull it back. See? Okay, so the body on this fly is calls for a red-orange silk. So I have here a length of JC Boss. This is a 117. I've doubled it. I'm going to put that underneath my tan silk and wrapped it in across the middle, so I essentially have two strands here. So I'm going to put on some gloves to prevent my hands from shredding. Floss, and it also stops grease and that from your hands from getting on the floss as well. Now, I'll start to wind that backwards. As I go, I'm twisting it, untwisting it to keep it flat. And also by pulling like this, I'll get it to grip and flatten itself out a little bit. As you can see, the hook is bouncing about because of the sheer length of the shank. It's quite difficult to stop that from happening, and that can interfere with your wrapping and therefore making a smooth body, so it just takes a little bit of getting used to. Just wrapping over my tie-in point there. And now I'm going to come forward again. And my floss at this point is getting shorter, so it's easier to wrap straight over the top. Wrap that over, fold it back, and tie it in place. Oh, that's the fiddly bit out of the way. So, at that stage, I just check the silk. You can use a burnishing stone if you want. Now, I have my tinsel pointing backwards. The reason for that is I'm going to go back ways first for a few turns. And then I'll start to come forward and touch in turns. And that will create my tag, and then I'll start to wrap forward, and what I'll do is I'll make my turns progressively further apart as I wrap forward. If you prefer, you can do your turns at even spaces. And that is the body portion of our grey ghost tide. So, Next thing is a bucktailed belly. It's very hard to find good straight bucktail, so I'm going to diverge a little bit here. I'm going to use this, and this is a springbok skin. But if you bend the springbok skin, this stuff pops up, and this is the straightest, whitest hair you will ever see. So I'm just going to take a bunch of that. Trim it out. Now if you want, you can put that in a hair stacker, but I prefer not to do that. I prefer that wee bit of taper into it, and I'm going to take it just beyond the bend of the hook and hold it underneath here. Wrap it on and then pull it down underneath. And you notice I've tied it in further forward here of its intended point. So what I'm going to do now is just wrap back over that. And then I'm going to take and trim off the waist ends of it. That is the start of my belly. Right, so now I'm going to add on a golden pheasant crest. I'm just going to straighten out the back of that, break the back of it so to speak, to get it to lie along the top of our shank there. Lift that up a little bit and it should sit across the top just with that little bit of a down curve at the end. The next portion of our wing is peacock herl. So I've chosen a good eye, and what I want is this curve with a little bit of curve coming up at the rear. I'll take two off that side and two off that side, just match up the tips of them. Set them side by side. Set that up on top, and what I've done is I've rolled it slightly over towards myself, because then it has a flat tie-in point, and as I put my wrap across it, it'll rotate it up onto top. And now I'll put on another couple from each side. The reason for that is it's easier to control smaller numbers of peacock herl than large bunches. If you put on large bunches, something will always twist in it. shape. So there we have a nice bunch of peacock. Take that off. So I'm going to put on the wing now. What I'll do is I'll put on grey hackles as the wing, but I'm going to use a little bit of like a grey soft hackle to support it. I'm just taking out a feather here, sort of the same colour as what the wing is going to be. I'll nip out the point. Tie that in and then pull it back on itself. That little bunch will just help to stabilize our wing feathers. So the wing is supposed to be like a bronzy grey. I don't have that, so I'm going to use grey. And I'm going to pick feathers from each side of my cape. I want to end up with feathers that are going to extend a little bit beyond my current tail point. Okay. And then I'll take two from the other side somewhere for far wing, which is your near wing. Okay, now as far as I'm aware, Carrie Stevens used to make sort of like units and glue these things together. Personally, I don't like doing that, so I'm going to tie them on as they are. So I'm going to take, it's also what I tend to do is have two different lengths rather than having them the same length. So these feathers, as you can see, have a curve, so I'm just going to break the curve out of them with my nail. And I'm going to take little flat nose pliers and just flatten the tie-in point. Also, I suppose the feathers are tended to be on the side, whereas my own preference is to have them more upright, so that you can see the body and the other things that you've done underneath it. So again, I'm going to flatten this off. Just need to match them up for length. My other feather, measure it up to be slightly shorter than the other. You know, that's a personal preference thing, as I said. Again, flatten it up. You can just change the angle of the stalk, isn't that, by pulling the stalks down a little bit, and that will lift your wing up for you. So now I will trim these off. Trim the outside to a little bit shorter than the middle to give me that little bit of taper. Okay, so the throat on this one is another short topping. I'm going to roll this over to myself a little bit and try and get this on directly underneath. I'm just going to flatten my tie-in point. Sometimes I find if you stick the stalk up through the eye, it can help you keep on line. So It's tied up in flat now, so I'll just pull it down and that'll bend the stock. Hope it sits out down a little bit. Trim off our spare bit. So chicken sides on this are silver pheasant, so like a silver pheasant skin. And I'm going to look for one feather from each side that sort of suits me for the shape that I want. I'm just going to trim out. Unwanted bits, and then I'm going to lay that on the side. I'm going to flatten my tie-in position this way. Just trying to put the feather fibres together. These are sticking out a little bit, so we get rid of them. And then I will measure my other side one up against that. Flip it up, and again flatten this one, notch it up, tie it on. Once those are on, you can then try and guide the feathers of the wing hackles. And to finish it up, I'm going to put on a couple of little jungle cock feathers here on the sides of our silver pheasant. Again, these would have probably been glued on at a time. So I try not to do that if I can help it. What I'm doing here is stripping down to try and tie in on just one of these little wee enamel pieces if I can, because it's flat and it'll help it to lie tight in. And now it's time to finish off our head. So I'm just going to create a sort of a bullet shape with my black tie-in silk. My own personal preference is for a much shorter head than that, but I see some of them with very long and thin heads. Now I'm going to use a red tinsel to create the red center band of the head. I'll just put one or two wraps there and hold it in position to pull it down to finish it on that spot. Now we need to varnish the head. So I'm using a good clear varnish here. Once that's dry, it'll get several more coats just to make it smooth, and also I'll use it to adapt the shape of the head. So I'm just going to stroke these into position. And that barn, more coats of varnish, is Grey Ghost.